Retirement to a lot of people means turning 65 and living the rest of your days with whatever money you have. Well, my plan is to actually generate income during retirement with this strategy. Yo, what is going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you are having a God blessed day. Today, every single person that comments down below is going to get my early retirement playbook, which lists out a bunch of different income streams that I'm hoping to use during my retirement years. So if you want that, drop a comment down below. Everybody's going to get it. And while you're down there, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Guys, today we're going to be talking about how to actually create income during your retirement years. Now, in my opinion, this is the first limiting belief that we have to get through before we get into all the examples and stuff, is retirement is not an age. Okay. We all need to understand that, right? Retirement is not an age. It is a strategy, right? You often see some people retiring in their, early 50s or even 40s or even 30s. Well, it's because they had a different strategy than you do. Most people, they're just like, hey, I'm going to work till I'm 65. I got a pension. I got my 401k, and I'm just going to live out the rest of my days with whatever money I have left. Well, the strategy I'm going to share with you guys today actually flips that all on its head, where we're able to use the money that we have to actually create real money, right? Like actual tangible money that gets deposited into our accounts, and we can actually use that to fund our lifestyles, right? So I think this is going to be a lot easier if I show to you it over the shoulder. And I promise you, when you watch this, right, it's probably going to be the most valuable video that you've watched in a very long time. So for our example today, we're just going to use Reddit, and you're going to see here why in a moment. Reddit right now is a little bit in a slump right now. So it is good with our first strategy that I'm going to share with you. So for example, with Reddit, I can go out there and just buy 100 shares at the current market value, which is $99, right? I can go out there, and that's what most retail investors, aka dumb money they call us, right, is what they're doing. They'll go out there and let's say they want to buy 100 shares of it, and they do, right? And that's that. They'll put up their $9,900 and they'll buy 100 shares of Reddit. But what if there was a way that you could actually buy Reddit at a discount, right, and get paid a premium upfront for it? Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? So we're going to go over to Reddit, and you could do this on pretty much any brokerage account. I like to use Robinhood here because I know a lot of you like to use Robinhood on your for your brokerage. And what we're going to do here on the options chain is we're going to click sell a put. And then our expiration date here, we're going to select 30 to 45 days out. Which I'll just go out 35 days here. Now, what I'm saying here is I'm willing to buy 100 shares of Reddit in 35 days. Now, not only that, I'm choosing the price I'm willing to buy Reddit at, and some silly options buyer on the other end is actually going to give me premium income up front just for saying maybe. So for example, right now, right, Reddit is trading at $99. And let's say, if it drops to, $90 on the in 35 days from now on the 27th, we're cool buying it for $90. Well, if we do this trade right here, this 365 is premium. This is actual money that will be deposited into your brokerage account. Now, there are a few risks that go along with this entire plan. We're going to list them all out here in a second, but I want to kind of put it full circle, and then we'll talk about the risks, right? So we're collecting $370. You can see it just jumped up, and these numbers are constantly changing, guys. This is the market. Obviously, everything here is educational only. These numbers are constantly changing, so what you're seeing on your screen is going to be a lot different when you do it. So 375 we'll just say because it's constantly changing, right? And we'll put this into our cash secured put calculator. All of my calculators, everything here is free, guys, inside of our Facebook group. A link is in the description, and all those calculators and tools are in that Facebook group for you. Join the conversation, introduce yourself, right? So we are going to have to put up $9,000 in collateral here, right? So we're going to have to put $9,000 up. That collateral essentially gets held, right, for those 35 days, right? Because your broker, you're telling your broker, hey, I'm willing to buy Reddit, right? 100 shares of Reddit at 90 per share if it drops to that on the 27th. And your brokerage isn't going to let you just do a trade like that if you don't actually have the money to back it up, right? So they're going to lock up that money, that collateral for that time period. Now for that, right, we're collecting that premium. We're actually getting that premium for doing something like that up front. You can literally go use this money. That is, obviously be smart, right? Do what you want. This isn't, financial advice by any means, but reinvesting is usually not a bad idea. And you could see our premium return here is just a little over 4%, right? And that basically is just dividing the premium by the collateral we're locking up, and it gives us about 4% in a 35-day period. okay? Which in my opinion is fantastic. Why do I like this play? Well, number one, it lets me get into stocks at prices that I choose, right? Instead of just going out there and buying what the market's giving me. So for example, Reddit is trading at $99 right now. Maybe I don't really like it at 99, but I love it at 90, right? So this gives me an opportunity to maybe buy those shares at a great price, right? That I would be comfortable owning it long term. So let's talk about the risks and what can actually happen with a trade like this. Well, number one, in 37 days on the 27th, if Reddit is trading above $90, your collateral, your $9,000 will be released back to you. It will be back into your account to then run the play again and collect more premium. So now you're not starting with just $9,000 in collateral. You'd be starting with, $9,375 in collateral. Okay. And that's really like, this is like active generation of premium, right? In my opinion. And I love it because we often hear, guys, I don't know about you, I always hear people saying like, hey, make your money work for you, make your money work for you. Well, what does that actually mean, right? Most retail investors, aka dumb money, aka me for a long period of time, I thought just buying and holding stocks was what I was supposed to do, when in actuality, there's strategies like this that we can actually be a slightly more active trader, right? And create like real premium income for ourselves. So what the second thing that can happen is that Reddit drops below 90. It drops to 80. It drops to 70. You're on the hook to buy your 100 shares at $90. So you have to be comfortable with this. My rule of thumb is don't do this strategy on stocks you don't mind holding, right? For the long term, right? You get into sketchy territories when you get into stocks that you don't even believe in, okay? So let's talk about if you get assigned, right? So let's just assume for the sake of this example, right? This cash secured put, this is called, let's just assume that we did it around like $95, right? Just for the sake of this example, or 99. We'll just say you bought 100 shares at 99, just for the sake of this simplicity, right? So let's assume your money was taken from you and you were given 100 shares at $99. Well, if we bought our shares at $99, right, we can actually do something called a covered call now. A covered call is the reverse of a cash secured put. We basically now can say, hey, we're willing to sell our 100 shares for a price that we choose. And you guessed it, we collect more premium as well. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So let's assume we bought our shares at $99 and we come here to our options chain. We flip this from a put to a call. We'll leave our same date here for this example, right? And let's say we bought them at 99 and we're willing to sell our shares if it hits 110, right? 110. So what I'm saying here is I'm willing to sell my 100 shares on June 27th, 35 days from now for $110, right? So we're going to toss this into, and we're actually going to collect $505 of premium. Obviously, educational example only. These numbers are constantly changing. So go to our covered call calculator and we'll put our premium here, right? That's $505, right? Our strike of the option, that's what we're willing to sell it for, is $110. Again, all these calculators, everything here is free, guys. Join us inside our Facebook group. Introduce yourself. We'll give you all these links and stuff so you can do this, right? Not just watch more YouTube videos. And we purchased our shares. We just set a current market value of $99, right? So now our premium return is about 5%, right? In this example, right? Which is just the premium divided by 99 times 100, $9,900, right? If we end up selling our shares, if Reddit actually hits 110 and we sell our shares that we bought at 99, right? We're going to make an extra $1,100 in profit, add in, right, your premium onto the profit of the shares, and you collect $1,600. Plus, if we did get that assignment and we got 375, or let's just say around $300, right? We would actually collect total on both of these trades about $1,900. Now I know you're getting excited, but let's just show you full circle how this all works, okay? So with the covered call side, right, a few things can happen here. Let's say that Reddit stays below $110. Let's just say it trades sideways around $99, $100, and it never shoots to 110. Well, your contract in 35 days would expire worthless, meaning that your 100 shares will not be collateralized anymore, and you can just run the play again for a following month, right, and collect, again, more of that premium income from the options buyers. right? The second thing that can happen is you miss out on gains, right? Let's say Reddit on June 27th is trading at like 130, 150. You're missing out on all those gains because you're now selling your shares at $110. So you have to weigh that risk for yourself. For me, what I like to do is I like to have a monthly portfolio where I'm buying the major Vanguard index funds and I set, forget, buy, hold, don't touch that kind of stuff, right? And then my option selling portfolio, right, has the sole purpose of generating premiums. So whether I miss out on massive gains, even if this shoots up to 120, 130, yes, I will be slightly upset, but at the end of the day, we've seen how this market can be, and it could flip in a dime. It just as easily could have gone the other way. What matters to me is, did I get out of a trade profitably? Did I actually make a gain, right? Most traders out there are focused on paper gains that they see on their screen. But remember this, the only time you make money in the stock market is when you actually sell. Don't forget, drop a comment down below, and I'm going to share with you guys my retirement playbook that's going to list out a bunch of income streams that I'm looking to build during my retirement years to create actual active income and not just try to live off whatever I have left. And if you're somebody that wants a more handheld approach, check out the first link in the description of today's video. That's our 1-year-long incubator program where you learn how to set up an option selling portfolio for yourself. I do recommend that this takes about a year of your time because, again, we don't trade a lot here. And this fits into my lifestyle so well because I'm not somebody that wants to sit in front of screens all day, draw long candlesticks, and stare at screens till my eyes bleed, right? We don't trade a lot. However, there is a lot of different situations that you can be in with a strategy like this. So if you want to learn more about that, click that first link in the description of today's video. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.